With the quarantine regulations relaxed between European countries, Ed and I have decided to head to Venice as our first trip post-lockdown. We have decided to document this journey to show you guys what it is like traveling during COVID-19. This is not our first time to Venice, but it is definitely our favorite trip because the whole city just feels a lot more peaceful, the water is clearer, and even the local Venetians are a lot more relaxed. Hey everyone, we're currently at Heathrow Terminal 5. I would definitely recommend getting to the airport earlier than you normally would because even though we have no bags to check in, they do want us to have our temperature checks, which is at that station right over there. And we're currently in the queue to have our documents checked, which we never have to have before. So definitely go to the airport earlier. We have gotten onto the aircraft, so I guess it feels a lot more real now that we are heading on to Venice. It is quite a full flight today, so there isn't many empty seats. However, everybody, including the crews, has got a face mask on. As soon as we get on board, everybody gets one of these hand sanitizers to wipe down our seats and everywhere else. Right now, if you fly with BA, everybody gets a bag of water, crisps, and some biscuits. So we have just landed in Venice. We're still at the airport. The disembarkment from the airplane was actually pretty smooth. They go by the seat rows, which I think is quite an organized way to disembark the passengers. And we've whizzed through the security, and they did take our temperatures, but everything was fine. And the airport is pretty quiet compared to Heathrow, I would say. And now we are going to take the water boat to head to our hotel. Nearly sunset time. It is our first evening here at Hotel Ponte Antico. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but basically it means an old bridge. It's right by the Rialto Bridge and the view is just amazing. We've taken so many photos here. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what the view is like. Area of the hotel, and as chatting with the owners, we were told that this building is actually 800 years old, and during the restoration and renovation of the hotel, they've accidentally discovered these original paintings on the ceiling, which was at the time covered with black paint. So it was a bit of a surprise discovery, and they've decided to get an artist to restore the painting and to maintain. Right now I'm at the entrance of this really charming bookshop called Alta. My best advice for you is if you want to come here, make sure you come on the weekday. We came here on Saturday and it was like full of people and there was actually a queue to go in. And today there was no queue, although there were still some people in there, but we managed to take our photos. And at the back of the bookshop there is actually a gondola that is free for everyone to go up there to have a look and get a taste of what it feels like riding in the gondola. Let's go. So you think I'm on the gondola ride, right? Actually no. Right now the national government set price for gondola rides is 80 euros 30 minutes all the way up to 7 p.m. After 7 p.m. it's 100 euros, so I guess it's quite pricey. So one tip, if you want to have a taste of what it feels like sitting in a gondola, is to come to the bookshop Acqua Alta. They have actually one of these model gondola for tourists, so you can sit here, take some photos, which is what we did. So this is our pizza takeaway while we enjoy this beautiful sunset of Venice. Check this view out, how gorgeous it is. And in a few days time, we're going to move to that hotel right over there, which is where we stayed 3 years ago. It is the Palazzo Pisani. It's about 10 o'clock right now. We have just finished dinner and now we've decided to take a stroll along the Rialto Bridge because we're quite full and just to burn off some calories. Most of the shops are now closed. However, it is still quite bright and there is still some people out and about walking. I think it's quite nice like this, like, you know, it's not overly busy, yet it doesn't feel too dead. I think it's just right. And here it is, this is a Rialto Bridge. Where is our hotel? Good morning, wow! Another morning, very early morning in Venice. We woke up even earlier today because we realized yesterday we've actually missed the sunrise. And right now it is around 6 a.m. in the morning. We're heading to San Marco Square to hopefully catch the sunrise. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day with the weather being really warm and it's just going to be sunny. We are nearly arriving to St. Mark's Square. The light right now is so beautiful, like there is a pastel pinky hue on the sky. Oh my god, this light is so nice. And there is already some people out here, but not too bad. Okay, we're going to go find our spots and take some photos. Fully up right now, and I think honestly if you want to enjoy Venice you have to get up early because otherwise it gets too crowded and it gets too hot, especially during the summertime. And the sunrise this morning was totally worth it. And so this view is just so spectacular. Right now we are set on a bridge that is relatively quiet to take a rest. Because I have been up since 5 o'clock and you've been up since...
5:30.
No, it's 5:45.
I was awake at 5:30 because somebody was doing, you know, a lot of things.
And we've been working so much for the past 2 days. So feeling quite tired right now.
Yeah.
Finally, it's breakfast time. Our eggs are still getting ready, getting cooked. Oh, they might be here already. Eggs are here. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Gracias.
Now we need a bigger cake. We're walking towards a photo spot that is very Instagram worthy. The best way to find this is to put it on your sat nav, Hotel S Moise, M-O-I-S-E, and right at the back of the hotel there is a seating area which is a door, and you see how lovely it is to just sit there, chill, have pizza and take some photos. So this is the spot that I was talking about. You come to this stop and here's the tip. You need to get some pizza, some drinks, and there is a gondola coming right over there. You can just sit here and watch the world go by in Venice. Very peaceful little spot. The plan for now is to look for a really delicious gelato because what is a trip to Italy when you're not having gelato every single day, right? So at least one point for let's go. We are back in our hotel because we forgot to bring our masks. Basically, wherever that you have to go indoors, the regulations is quite like in the UK. Outdoors, it's not compulsory to wear a mask, but when you go indoors, like to any shops or in enclosed places, you have to wear a mask. So we're back in the hotel to get our masks. Yes, please. Very good. Thank you. Enjoy it. Okay, so we got our phone and we're going to the next canal to take some photos there. So we have to hurry before it melts. So we're currently at the restaurant of Hotel Bauer, which is situated right on the Grand Canal. Let me show you the view. It's just spectacular. If you're looking for somewhere with spectacular views and where you can sit down and chill out for drinks, then I highly recommend coming to the bar of Hotel Bauer. It's called the Canal Bar.
So our drinks are here, so cheers.
So we've just finished our pre-dinner drinks, and right now I think we found a relatively nice restaurant nearby. We're going to walk there. Apparently the food is kind of like home cooked. So yeah, we're kind of hungry right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
What time is it now? Is it about?
I think it's about 8:30.
8:30, so a bit late for dinner, but we had our drinks and the view was amazing. So a bit of a late dinner today. We found this family-run restaurant. This is my spaghetti with prawns, and Ed has been longing for this.
Black squid ink.
So I think he's going to have his mouth black after this. Yeah. Bon appetit. So if you're wondering what is Venice like during the COVID-19 period, me and Ed was joking that we feel like there's more pigeons than human. I wouldn't say there is absolutely no one here right now. There is still some day trippers and tourists around. You can definitely tell. However, the past 2 times that we've been to Venice, coincidentally, was during August as well, and we've just never seen it quite this empty. And one thing we've noticed as well is there is no track and trace system here with any hotels in Venice, even like the 5-star ones where we went yesterday. So I guess they're pretty relaxed, although there was temperature check at the airport when we first arrived. So that's about it really. And certain shops, for example, I went into Sephora and Chanel. Those are the 2 shops that I've noticed that they were doing temperature checks. However, there was no other shops that was doing sort of track and trace system, not even the hotels that we were staying in. If you're wondering how Venetians transport their fruit and veg, beers, so this is how they do it, with a boat like this. So all the fresh goodies here. So we came across this fruit store on the other side of the Rialto Bridge. Look how big the apricots are. We're going to get some and see what you want. Do you want anything else?
Don't know. I'll let Sharon pick.
Yeah, but after this we're going back for breakfast. So we've just settled into our new hotel. We've taken our nap. Ed even took a cold shower. He has several showers a day because it's too hot for him. Now we're off looking for lunch. It's quite a late one. It's already 4 o'clock. So hopefully there's still some places open for food. I think we're just going to have like some takeaways, like pizza.
Snacks.
Yeah, snacks. And then we'll have like a proper dinner tonight. Yeah, so where we're staying right now, we've actually stayed 3 years ago. To be honest, it's not our favorite hotel, but its view was pretty incredible, so we decided to come back again for one night. And surprisingly, they told me that they're fully booked. which I wasn't expecting. And we left it to the very last minute because we wanted to see if, we might change our mind and decide to stay somewhere else. However, we really quite like the view there, so we decided to go back. So it's set within an old palace. It's like quite a historical building. I think it is in need of a renovation. They really should restore it properly. So pretty rundown, otherwise the view is amazing. A lot of places were short and I didn't quite fancy a sandwich or panini. So I decided to go for some spaghetti, and Ed is having a
fried chicken sandwich.
We're now back at the St. Mark Square after our lunch, and for those of you who are wondering how crowded Venice is right now, I guess there's still a queue to go to touristy spots. I'm going to turn around the camera to show you. So you can see it's still pretty busy, and this line here is to go up to the tower. So definitely there are people everywhere. So we're heading out for dinner. The sun is nearly setting, and Ed was like, I'm going to leave my tripod and camera on the windowsill to shoot my time lapse while we go for dinner. I was like, no way, are you sure? Like, while we're not in the room. I mean, no one can get to the window, to be fair, but I was like, what if something happens to it? So I made him take out the memory card and make him put like a blank memory card inside, just in case, in case if anything happens then. But yeah, that's his camera. Good morning, guys. Today is our last day in Venice, and we've decided to take things a little bit slower and just enjoy this amazing view outside our windows over breakfast. We have got a couple of hours to wander around Venice before heading to the airport, and I'm going to show you a couple of spots that we think everyone should visit when in Venice. This is the real life situation. After every photo shoot, we will then hang around because Ed will set up his gear to take his videos, and then I will do what I'm doing right now. I'll film stories or like talk or like check out Instagram. And this is a real life situation. So he hasn't actually brought too much gear this time because there's too much walking involved. And this is my stuff. Got a pair of change of shoes because it is impossible to walk everywhere in heels. So we have a couple of hours to kill before we head to the port to catch our boat to the airport. And right now we're just hanging out like a typical tourist at the San Marco Square. It's actually pretty busy today considering it's a Wednesday. And right now we're just hanging out, and then at 1 o'clock we're going to find a nice restaurant, sit down and have our last meal for the trip in Venice. So we are here at this ice cream parlor called Nico. Yes please, thank you.
Gracias.
So this is called Gelateria, which is our local Venetian ice cream that the hotel owner told us that we have to try. So let me just have a taste. I think it's vanilla. It might be cream. It's cream.
With chocolate.
Yeah. So it's quite different from the usual gelato, but apparently it's quite traditional. Right behind me is a gondola making factory. It's not actually open to public, however, we can look at it from across the canal. And I believe it's the one and only one in Venice, and a very traditional one. And this is the factory. You can see that is the base of the gondola in making. And if you're looking for some tapas style small eateries, this is the place. We've been here before. However, there's a queue and we're kind of in a hurry to go to the port to catch our boat. So we're not coming here this time. But yeah.